Hello students, welcome back to our class. In our last class, we discussed about what is a resource, what are the different types of resource. So we studied that a resource is something which is available in our environment. It should be technically available to all people, economically feasible. Such characteristics we discussed. And also there is an interdependent relationship between three components: nature, human beings and technology. These three components are interdependent each other to create a resource. We discussed that human beings is the most important resource. Why? Because they converted things available in our environment as a resource. And different classification also we discussed. Based on its origin, we divide resources into biotic and abiotic. Based on exhaustibility, we discussed that there are two types of resource: renewable resource and non-renewable resources. Based on its ownership, resources can be divided into four categories: private resource, community resource, national resource and international resource. And also we discussed that on the basis of its status of development, we can divide our resources into different categories, like developed resource. Developed resource, we discussed that the resources which are survived, its quantity and quality is estimated and have been determined for utilization. Such a resource is known as what? Developed resource. Potential resource, another category. These are the resources which are found in a region but have not been utilized. Its utilization have not been started due to an absence of technology maybe, or economically feasibility, maybe some reason for its utilization. Such a type of resources are categorized into potential resources. And another one, stock. But we discussed that minerals in that environment which have been potential to satisfy our needs, but human beings do not have to appropriate technology to start it. That is another type of resource. Like different categories also we discussed. Now let us move on to our next section, that is development of resource. As we studied that resources are very vital for our human survival as well as maintaining the quality of human life. These resources are very important. The resources is one of the key factor for development of human beings, as well as the survival of human beings also depends upon these resources. As a result, human beings are used them indiscriminately, exploiting the sources of resources, overutilization of resources. This overutilization of resources, too much exploitation of resources may result into three problems. I repeat once more. Human beings heavily depends upon these resources. Their development depends upon resources. Even the survival of human beings are depends upon resources. So that will happen, they are overutilizing resources. They put lot of pressure over sources of resources. This overutilization of resources, exploitation of resources may create three problems. One, depletion of resources. We call it as D. D means what? Depletion of resources. It shows that for satisfying the greed of resources, its amount may be replenished, its amount may be decreased. That is due to this overutilization of resources. It may be the quality and quantity of these resources may be decreasing. That is one of the reason, one of the problem of overutilization of resources. Another one, accumulation of resources into a few hands. We call it as A. Accumulation of, see, because the people, those who have enough money, can buy lot of resources. It improves their quality of their life. Accumulate, that means due to over exploitation of these resources, resources may be accumulated in a few hands, or few individuals may overutilize these resources. Such accumulation of resources among a few individuals may create a division among the people, as we know. That means if some of the people, they might have lot of money, they spend their money and acquiring a lot of resources to satisfy their needs. At the same time, there are poor people, they may not have enough money to buy these resources. So the society may be divided into two categories as rich and poor. That is another important reason for the important impact of overutilization of resources. Then third one, resources are ecological crisis, global ecological crisis. There's lot of pressure over the resources also create a lot of environmental problems or ecological problems like global warming, ozone layer depletion, environmental pollution, and even the land degradation may occur due to this overutilization of resources. Okay, let us recall it once more. We discussed that resource development is an important part of human life, because the survival of human beings are dependent according to the availability of resources. The development of human beings are heavily depends upon resources. Due to this development strategies, human beings are exploiting resources, or they are indiscriminate. There is an indiscriminate use of resources. This indiscriminate use of resources may lead three major problems. Depletion of resources. Depletion of resources, I remind you, the quality and quantity of resources may be decreased heavily. That is we call depletion of resources. We categorize them, we categorize it into first category, that is A, that is D. Then A, accumulation of resources in a few hands. We discuss the people, those who have enough money, lot of money, may spend their money and buying lot of resources. So it creates such a accumulation of resources among a few individuals may create a division in the society, that is rich and poor or haves and have not. That is another reason for the exploitation of resources. Well, third, we discussed that ecological crisis. This overutilization of resources may create lot of ecological problems. Global warming, ozone layer depletion, such a lot of problems, ecological problems may be occurs due to overutilization of resources. So these reasons, these impacts pointed out a judicial distribution of resources become an essential part of sustainable quality of human life. How can we overcome these issues? We can overcome these issues through a judicial distribution of resources. And also, if there is a judicial distribution of resources among the people, it may improve the quality of human life, as well as there are so in order to create a judicial distribution of resources, we need a resource planning strategy. Resource planning, here is an essential feature of resource planning. Resource planning is essential because a judicial distribution of resources are very essential for the survival of human beings. That is here is our question. Why there is an immediate need of resource planning? Resource planning is very essential to create a judicial distribution of resources which lead a human development. A lot of examples we can discuss in future classes about the judicial distribution of resource planning. Now let us see what is resource planning. Resource planning, what it is? It is important. Resource planning is very important in a country like our India. Why resource planning is very essential in India? Because we know, comparing to other world countries, due to the vast size of our country, resource planning is very important. Because some of our Indian states are very rich in some of the resources. At the same time, some of our states are facing absolute scarcity of resources. For example, our Rajasthan, very abundant distribution of solar energy as well as wind energy. Some of our North Indian states like Assam, a good amount of water resources are available. At the same time, Rajasthan is facing the scarcity of water resources. So that I told you that, some of the states are very rich in the availability of some of the resources. At the same time, some other states are facing absolute scarcity of resources. Or Deccan Plateau region. That region is known as what happened, the storehouse of Indian minerals. This is a storehouse of Indian minerals. Lot of mineral resources available in that region, Deccan Plateau's region. But at the same time, our Kashmir, such regions are facing an absolute scarcity of such resources. So in other resources, there are some regions which are considered to be self-sufficient in terms of availability of resources. At the same time, some of the states are facing absolute scarcity of these resources. So that will happen. Resource planning is essential in our India. At the same time, we can see that economical differences between Indians are very high. There is a huge gap between rich and poor in India. Rich people, as we discussed earlier, they can spend more and more money, they can buy new resources, they can improve their living standard very heavily. But at the same time, poor people are facing a scarcity of availability of resources. So due to these two major reasons, resource planning is essential in our India. See, listen once more, we discussed that resource planning is a widely accepted strategy for judicial distribution of resources. Resource planning is a widely accepted strategy for a judicious distribution of resources. Resource planning is essential in our India. That is our next area. Why resource planning is essential in India? Resource planning is essential in India due to many reasons. First reason we discussed that due to vast size of our country, some of the states are facing a scarcity of resources. At the same time, some of our states are self-sufficient or overproduction of resources. This gap between the states, resource production and utilization, we need resource planning to overcome this gap between. At the same time, economical differences between Indian citizens. There are rich people. They might have spent a lot of money buying the resources, improving their life. They are acquiring heavy development. At the same time, there are people who marginalized. So now to overcome these issues, what we need a resource planning. Resource planning is essential in our India to overcome these two issues. Then, resource planning in our India has three strategies or three steps. Next we are going to discuss resource planning strategy in our India. Resource planning strategy. Resource planning strategies in India. Resource planning strategy in our India. It involves, as we discussed, there are three steps in resource planning strategies in our India. First one, identification and inventory of a resource across the regions of a country. Identifying availability of a resource. Identifying an inventory of a resource. This identification and inventory of resource includes surveying, mapping, and qualitative and quantitative estimation of a resource. So once more I repeat, resource planning in our India includes three strategies. First one, identification and inventory of resources. First, we are identifying the presence of a resource. This identification and inventory of resources includes mapping where these are located, satellite survey sometimes. Through this satellite survey or manual survey, we are determining its quality and quantity of resource. This is first step of our resource development plans in our India. Second, followed by this first strategy, evolving a planning structure. So as we discussed that we identified a resource, we mapped it, we surveyed its quantity and quality. Our next strategy, we are evolving, we are preparing a planning structure, like appropriate technology, skill and institutional setup for the resource development in India. After identifying the resource, second strategy, we are implementing a planning technology which include what kind of technology need to exploit that resource. What are the types of institutions required to extract that resources? What kind of skills we need to extract those resources? So these are the area. These are the second step of our resource planning. Evolving a planning structure which include technology, institutional framework, and appropriate skill. Third step, we can say that matching the resource development plans with overall development plans of our country. Matching the resource development plan with all, because every country has their own developmental goals, their own developmental plans. So resource development must go together with the country's overall development plans. What kind of resources required for a country's development? Such national development plans must go together with the resource development plans in our India. So this is one of the most important. These are the three steps of resource planning strategy in India. I remind you once more. First resource planning strategy in India include first step identification of resource. Identification of resource. This identification and inventory of resource includes mapping, surveying, quantitative and qualitative estimation of a resource. Second one, evolving a planning structure. This planning structure include what are the technology required, what kind of skill we needed, what kind of institutional setup we required. This all comes under second step. Third one, as we discussed, all the countries might have their own development goal. Next, we are matching our resource development plans with the overall development plans of our country. So these are the three steps of resource planning in our India. India has made a concrete strategical effort to resource development even immediately after our independence. From the first 5-year plan itself, we evolved different strategies for our resource development plans in our India. Let me remind you that mere availability of resources may not lead development. Just an availability of resources may not lead any kind of resource development. Availability of resources plus appropriate technological development together leads a country's development. So just a presence of resources may not lead a country to development. Resource development or the presence of resources, availability of resources must move together with the appropriate technological development too. Absence of technological and institutional development may hinder the resource planning, resource extraction in any country. Absence of institutional setup and technology may hinder the development of resources. So that what happened, resource planning includes presence of resources plus appropriate technological development and institutional framework. That's all today. We will continue the remaining topic next class. Okay, thank you.